everybody, how are you guys doing today? Today I want to talk about adoption. So we have a pretty big family, and I guess for those of you who don't know the family dynamics, I had Annabelle with somebody else, Chris had Corbin and Ian with somebody else, and then we had Parker and Oliver together. So basically, I guess I'll just touch a little bit on my past relationship. I won't get into detail because that's going to be for another video that I'm going to film. I was in a relationship, a really bad relationship. I was in a very abusive relationship. So when I found out I was pregnant with Annabelle, you know, I don't know. I honestly didn't think the pregnancy was going to stick, which if you want, you can check out my miscarriage story and you'll see why I thought that. But I didn't think it was going to stick. And so when it did, you know, I was forced with a few decisions. And, you know, from the time I was 2 months pregnant up until Annabelle was 3 months old, that was the last time I heard from her father, was when I was 2 months pregnant. You know, I still was like, alright, well, it's her dad, so I will try, you know, but, so up until she was about 3 months old, I tried contacting him, could not get a hold of him at all. So I was like, you know what, this is a sign. I felt really bad because, you know, she had a father that didn't want anything to do with her. And so, I was like, whatever. Fine, I can do this. I'll do this by myself. I don't want. So we fast forward, you know, 2 years down the road. You know, Annabelle's 10 months old. I meet Chris. You know, we knew right away we were going to get married, and, you know, pretty much 3.5 months later we were married. And we've been together for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in June. Married, not together. We've already been together for 4 years. And, you know, he's taken on the role of a father to Annabelle. So he is her daddy. That's all she knows as her daddy. That is her daddy. And so, you know, for 4 years we've been talking, all right, well, we want to start the adoption procedures. And, oh, baby. But, you know, it costs money and time, and with everything else going on with the boy's mom, you know, we had to go to court over a lot of stuff, a lot of her shenanigans. So, so we had to keep postponing the adoption, you know. And so recently we were able to go to our lawyer, and we've started the adoption proceedings, which I'm really excited about, because I'll touch on this more in my domestic violence video, but, you know, I literally have nightmares of her biological father coming and trying to take her away from me, even though there's no way that he could legally do that, because he's completely just whatever. He's just kind of given up his rights, I believe, as a father. I think legally, I don't think a judge would grant him any kind of parental rights at this point, being, you know, he knew I was pregnant 5 years ago, actually 6 years ago, and he lost contact. He didn't care to pick up the phone. I don't know his phone number. I don't know where he lives. So basically we go to the lawyer and we get everything we need, social security card, everything for her, because we want her name to be changed as well. So, her last name. So basically what happens is they're going to put an ad for 3 consecutive weeks in the paper in Michigan, basically, you know, stating his name and letting him know that, you know, Annabelle is up for adoption, obviously by my husband, and he has a number and a place of contact, and if he doesn't, he needs to show up at the court hearing. So that'll be placed for 3 weeks. We just signed papers and got them notarized for it to all begin. And it's really scary for me. I've got a constant pit in my stomach because I'm scared, and I don't think it will happen, but I'm really scared he's going to try and fight it. and which I don't think he'll get any kind of rights, but it makes it harder because then I'm going to have to pull out witnesses for the domestic violence. I'm going to have to make sure they drug test him because he's into all kinds of stuff now, or he started to get into a lot of stuff when I broke up with him. So I'm just worried that it's going to make it harder. So we'll see. I don't think he'll show up, but if he does, it's still kind of scary. He doesn't really take part in his other little girls' lives, so which is another thing. We, after the adoption, we want to try and reach out and see if we can find those two little girls, and do we want to tell Annabelle that she actually does have sisters, because she's always begging for a sister. And if I know one thing, I knew about a sister that I had growing up. I never got to see her. I met her when I was 22 years old. It's a hard thing. Do we tell her? Do we not? But we want to wait until after the court proceedings. And so basically, after the newspaper runs, then I believe before the court date, we have to have home studies come in, and also CPS. Right? Did I say that right? CPS? Yeah, CPS come in, and they basically just look at the surroundings and make sure it's a healthy environment for her to live in, and which I would hope so. I'm the mother. I mean, it's kind of scary, hey, CPS is coming into my house. But I think it will all work out. I'm really hoping it does. And so after that, we have the court hearing, and basically a judge just grants the adoption. And that's what I'm just hoping we don't run into any kinks. It's a very scary process for me because I literally do have nightmares. And I'm not talking about, oh, he's going to come, like the nightmares aren't, oh, he comes and fights for her. No, he comes and kidnaps her. Those are my dreams. Like, I literally have those dreams. I mean, he is a scary, scary, scary man. And I will elaborate more on that in another video, which I plan on filming today as well. I just, I put a lot of thought into this, and Chris is Annabelle's dad. That is who is her dad. That is her father. That's all she knows is her dad. And we have to have a discussion. I think it's we need to make sure she knows. She'll find out, and I don't want her to find out in the wrong way that, hey, he's not biologically your father. I think Chris is her daddy, and it always will be. And so that's it's a scary process, but as soon as the process is over, I'll be a lot more happy, a lot more calm. I think the anxiety will kind of brush away, because I do. I'll touch on that later, but that is how it. So that is what's going on with the adoption proceedings, and that is how it's gonna play out. Hopefully, it happens soon. We will probably have a bit of a celebration when it does, and do a little dance. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and also don't forget to subscribe. The button's right down below, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.